This is another Can Touch This video review, and you're with Gavin and Anthony.
Hello.
And Raj.
Hello.
Okay, this episode I'm going to be looking at an app called Life Browser. It's for iPad. Just start up. What Life Browser is, it's an alternative to Safari as an internet browser. It's got a couple of neat little things that it does, but what I'll let it do is let it start up first. Now, what it does is, I guess it takes how you can manage multiple sites and tabs in its own unique way. Obviously, across the top, we've got our backwards and forwards, bookmarks, and obviously bookmarks, unfortunately, don't tap into bookmarks that I've got in Safari. It's by itself, which I found a little bit annoying because none of my sites are in there. Yeah, no mobile me. Yeah. So it'd be good if it could do that. We've also got across the top our URL and Google search bar, so it does the same thing.
So like in Chrome, you can just
exactly, a lot like Chrome. And I guess the neat thing about this is that you can have multiple sites open and easily scroll through them. Now you can use multi-touch to swipe across, or you can press button down the bottom and it slides into the next site. And if you want to have a new site, you just press plus, drops one down. So let's check out. If we start typing in MacTalk, it starts to look it up. And one thing that they've done, which I quite like, is at the top, just to the side here, they've got a .com button. So put .com, it's now found mac.com.au. Press that.
Please load.
Please load.
There we go.
And, oh look, there's a video review I did last time. So brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, now, I can see someone's left a comment on that one. Really, I guess, an interesting or a neat way that our Life Browser manages tabs and multiple pages is I've got a Q button up the top. I press Q, and then it's now gone into a mode where any link that I click will actually place it behind the site.
Okay.
So I might say, look, I want to read that one, so I'll press that. I'll also scroll down, and Vodafone's announcing some plans. Yeah, I'll read that one as well. Click that. Now, I've got my... Actually, didn't go there. There we go. Now, if you can see down the bottom, I've now looks like it's got stacked pages.
Mm-hmm.
And what I can do is I can stop searching. It's taking me back to the top. Now I can flick between those and actually preloads them in the background. So it manages, reading things in another tab or a link or within a site. And I found this really handy when on a forum or even something like Dig, where I'll scroll through the main page, see a bunch of stories, I'll queue them up, and then
just going to scroll through the tabs. Yeah.
So is it actually creating new tabs, or is it just sort of layering them?
No, it's layering them
on
that tab. Yeah. So it's not... I guess it's their way of creating a tab within a tab, if that makes sense. And then we can scroll back, scroll across. You can go into... there's a full screen view as well, which just takes up the full screen.
There's the little edges of the pages.
Yeah, so the edges of the pages are gone, but I can still get to them by clicking down the bottom. And one thing that I did find, which I thought was kind of cool, is the email link. It actually opens up into Compose of email. So I can type it in, hit send, and actually send it from the app there, which is pretty neat.
Does it have any options for bookmarklets, kind of like, say, Instapaper or Twitter?
Now that's one thing I didn't try. I wasn't quite sure how I would handle them, and because I had all my bookmarklets in my Safari bookmarks, I just
don't want to add them all again.
I couldn't be bothered.
They're paying to add in on Safari because it just hasn't got, you can't just drag them to there.
No, you got to save it, then edit it, and then save it again. So I didn't get a chance to do that, and I'd hope it would allow to do that. Because
there's a native app, it could have it in its own... Because they've all got APIs, these services, they could just, build in. How the Twitter clients have these built in.
Yep. And look, we've got the queue button where I can queue things. It'd be great if there was another button which was for, Instapaper or Read It Later, where I tap it, start tapping on the links, and it sends them across. So the app itself is $2.49. I'm not sure whether it's just the time of the day, but I'm actually finding the app to be a lot more responsive and preloading the pages a lot better than it was when I was using it yesterday. I actually found it to be slower than Safari. The idea of having the pages loading or stay loaded in the background weren't really happening. It would swing back, be blank, reload. But I'm finding now it's actually working pretty well. So, look, I give it maybe 3.5, 4, just because it's a unique approach to a web browser, and I always like alternatives. Will I use this as my primary browser? No, not really. A lot of things are going to open in Safari anyway.
By default, because there's no option to set a default browser.
No.
Like on the Mac.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of things are going to open Safari. All my bookmarks and all those things are in Safari. But I thought it was a really interesting approach. And, some of these, the way that they manage the tabs or the pages, I think is probably, I guess, for eye candy, it's really nice. But I think it's also an easier way than having to kind of page in and out in Safari, where you kind of leave, go back in, leave, go back in. Whereas here we just swipe across and, away they go.
Yeah. So, 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, 3.5 out of 5.
$2.49.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you, Gavin.
Yeah, thanks.